next hour, Jerry will be back to bring you Darrow, Ray Charles, and much, much more. So don't you go away.
Welcome to the Jerry Lewis Telethon from the Airport Hilton Hotel. With Gene Taylor, Loretta Sullivan, and our host, Mike Darrow.
Thank you, Don Buckley. I just wanted to quickly check to see where the phones are doing, and it looks like all of them are busy. Now, you know we have 120 of them. Please, I tell you now, we've only got a little over 2 hours left to go and a lot of money to raise, so please continue to call the Pledge Center number here and in the Pledge Center in your area. We were talking to Oshawa. Oshawa is at $33,042. Little, that's not bad, but it's just a little behind last year, so the people in the Oshawa area, make sure you call and keep all those pledge people happy by letting them pick up the phones quickly and piling in a lot of money. So the people in the Oshawa area, come on, guys, get behind your Pledge Center and help them out. We're going to go over here now to some people who are joining us for the first time, and these are 3 members of the Employees Charitable Funds Committee at IBM. On my left, we have Mr. Ron Bettel, correct? Then Maureen McCabe, a member of the committee also, and Jim Busby. Thank you for coming down. Tell us a little bit about how you got the money for us.
Well, the money is raised through the IBM Employees Charitable Fund through payroll deductions, which starts off on the 1st of October every year.
Now, these people can designate where they want their charitable deductions or leave it up to you, right?
That's correct.
How much money did you raise for us, Maureen?
$5,000.
Isn't that marvelous? That's not from IBM. That's from the Employees Charitable Contributions. Thank you. Well, we certainly hope that you'll come by again and again and again as often as we need to have monies donated. What made you choose the muscular dystrophy?
We thought it was a worthwhile community cause, and we're here.
Well, I thank you, and I hope you're here again next year. Thank you, and thank all the employees for their donations. Will you? How about a nice hand for the employees, charitable contributions, and all the employees at IBM that kicked in? Hey, Global's Mike Anscombe and Key Radio's Bob Van Dyke are at the Metro Toronto Zoo. Is that appropriate?
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, we're outside the gates of the Metro Toronto Zoo. A lot of the activity is inside because that's where we've set up our volunteer table. Volunteers from Metro Police, the emergency services, and Bell Cellular. There's also a fishbowl there. Needless to say, that's where you can drop in your cash donation as well as check, or if you choose, use MasterCard or Visa. In addition, if you would rather call it in because it is simpler because of your situation, simply use your Bell Cellular and call the main pledge number at 674-3353. You mentioned Bob Van Dyke of Key Radio. He is also here with a very special guest. Bob?
Thanks very much, Mike. Yes, we do have a very special guest. As a matter of fact, we have 2 very special guests. As you can see, this is Casey the elephant here. Or is that a camel? Is that a camel, Shandor? This is Shandor Kezes, who is with muscular dystrophy, and I guess you could say you're a bit of a wheelchair athlete, are you?
Yes, I am.
You want to talk a little bit about the provincial games that you've just taken part in July? I know you're a little proud about that, eh?
Yeah, I am.
What were some of the events that you were in?
The 16-meter race, 200-meter, and 100-meter race.
Now, you were talking to Mike Anscombe earlier about basketball. You're a little bit of a basketball player, too, are you?
Yes, I am.
That's terrific. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the things you do on the basketball team?
Well, I'm not really on a team, but we go out, we train for basketball, we practice, and we play a few games and that.
What do you think about our friend the camel?
It's okay.
We're going to try and ride him a little bit later. Okay, thanks very much, Shandor. That's terrific. Back to you, Mike.
All right, thank you, Bob. Once again, we are outside the Metro Zoo. Once again, the volunteer table is inside where you can make your donation either by cash, check, or Visa or MasterCard. We'll see you again in about an hour. Now let's go back to the headquarters at the Toronto Airport Hilton.
Joining me now are 2 very handsome young men in uniform. They're from the Toronto Fire Department. We have Hugh Doherty and Pat McCabe. Now, Hugh, I'd like you to tell me, you ran 2 fundraisers?
Yes, we did. We had a little tavern out in the east end of the Toronto called Silas McCabe's, allowed the firefighters to take over, cook, waitress, and bartend. And all the fellows had a great time except the ones that were doing the serving. They found that they got a little tired near the end of the night. Also on Friday, September 2nd, the Eaton Center allowed us to take over the Eaton Center, and we had our annual boot drive.
Great. How were you in the kitchen?
I wasn't too bad in the kitchen. I found the waitressing a little tough about 12 o'clock at night.
I bet. Now, Pat, it seems to me that firefighters are always busy raising money for people.
Well, that's true, especially in the city of Toronto. In the last few years, we've been very busy raising funds for the Burn Center at the Wellesley, and hopefully we can continue that type of fundraising for the MD.
Terrific. And you have something for me, don't you?
On behalf of the Toronto Firefighters Association, I'd like to present this check to the MD Association of Canada for $9,000. And let's keep those phones ringing.
$9,000. Terrific. Now we go to Gene.
All righty, I've got a couple of folks here who have been doing some wonderful things to C&E. First of all,
my name is Corey Clack, and we're with Catelli Inc.
And
I'm Carol Jameson. I'm also with Catelli.
What has Catelli done? Now, you had some fun times to C&E.
We've been auctioning off bags full of Catelli products down at the C&E last 3 days, and we've raised $683.50.
But that's not all. You folks also have something else for me.
In addition, we have a check for $1,000 on behalf of all the fine brands at Catelli. That's Catelli pasta and sauces, Five Roses flour, habitant soup and deli pickles, Laura Secord jams, and apple snacks and light touch puddings.
Well, I'll tell you, I couldn't have done that better. You ad-libbed that just wonderfully. Catelli pasta. How about a nice round of applause for these folks? You know, that's the neat thing. We kid the corporate sponsors and fool around and everything, but these folks really do a heck of a job for us. And also the folks who just are willing to come in and say, hey, guess what? We just came up with this, or we just came up with that amount of money. We don't need big donations. What we do need is your donation. Call us right now. The numbers are on the screen. Michael?
Thank you, Gene. These are corporate sponsors from way back now. It goes back about 9 years. Oh, third years for you people. Yes, okay. This is Sid Glanstone, on my right, president of Living Lighting, and they do some wonderful work for us. Representing the manufacturers are, to Sid's right, Ian Mackay, sales representative for Hardcraft. On my left, Lubo Gall, who is vice president sales and marketing for Singer Lighting. And then Vice President Sales and Marketing for Dan Bell, Steve Dax. Welcome, all of you. Sid, tell us a little bit about the third-year involvement for Living Lighting.
Well, we're very, very pleased that we've been able to not only get our stores all involved, all the customers and our salespeople, but a number of our very good suppliers who have worked very diligently and careful with us. And as a result of that, we are very pleased with the type of contribution we're able to make today. I'd like to present you, Mike, with a check from Gloria Light out in Vancouver for $461.
That's marvelous.
A check from Sherman Lighting in Toronto for $1,597. A check from Canarm Limited for $1,930. And from all the Living Lighting stores, a check for $7,000.
Now that's, I didn't even total all that up, but it's well, I think well over $10,000.
Yes, it certainly is. And we're very pleased.
Thank you. Ian, you have something.
We have a check for $1,475. It's our first year. We're looking forward to participating again next year.
That's Hardcraft Industries. Thank you very much. Lubo.
On behalf of Singer Lighting Company, I've got a check for you here for muscular dystrophy, and it's for a very, very worthy cause.
Thank you very much. And how about you, Steve?
On behalf of Dan Bell Industries, this is our third year. I have a check for $1,500.
That's marvelous. That puts us well over $15,000. Thank you, Sid, and all the representatives that you work with. And let's go to the casino.
I am back at the VIP phones, and I'd like to introduce you to the folks here. First, we have Paul Langlois, and he's a firefighter with the Cochrane Fire Department. And next to him is Mayor William Perras, and he's the mayor of Oakville. So I'd like all the people to call from Oakville and make your mayor proud. Do that right away. And George Vasilopoulos, he's the alderman of East York Ward 2, and he wants all of his folks to call in. And next to him is Steve Mahoney, and he's the MPP for Mississauga West. He's here volunteering his time, waiting for your call. And then we have Mayor David Johnson. He's the mayor of East York. And next to him is Margaret Marlin. She is the mayor of Mississauga South. Time is running out. Please call now. Use your Visa or MasterCard. Really, you have to call now if you're going to pledge. Now we go to the casino.
We are here right in the middle of the casino, and all heck is breaking loose. The folks from the Lions Club have done a fabulous job in putting things together for us. And if you want to come down and be a part of it, feel free. Also, over in London, they have at the East Park Golf Course and the Huron Bowl, they've got an activity. They had a 10K run. London has $48,000. So if you want to be a part of what's going on in London, that's the way to do it. But here, we're at the Airport Hilton. Back to Mike. Hit me.
Thank you. We finally did get to the casino. Thank you, Gene. I'm speaking to the people now who are back with us for the second year. Kelsey's Beach Bash started with us last year, and to find out what's going on this year, we have Kevin Naismith on my left here, the assistant general manager up in Thornhill, and Curtis Lee, the general manager of Kelsey's Thornhill. Curtis, start with you first. Year number 2. What were you doing up there?
Thanks, Mike. It's good to be back again. Our Beach Bash basically consists of when we spread the sand out in our parking lot, about 150 tons worth. We have volleyball tournaments, dunk tanks, celebrity dunk tanks, Jello belly flops. We sell tickets.
What Jello what?
The Jello belly flop is very
popular.
Very popular. You jump into a pool of Jello and you get
yeah, I do it
scored.
all the time, right?
We had about 25 people this year in that. I couldn't believe it.
At once?
Not at once, no. But we have a lot of fun, and we raise a lot of money for Jerry's kids, and it's a good time for the community and for our customers and everybody in general.
Well, it sounded like a lot of fun. I wish I'd been there. All right, Steve, Kevin, rather, tell us what happened with all that.
As a result, the contributions from the local community, the Thornhill and Markham communities, the help from our staff and management, and also suppliers and reps that we deal with, we've raised a sum of $5,000 that we'd like to donate again this year to Muscular Dystrophy.
That is terrific. Thank you very much. And that's from the guys and all the patrons up at Kelsey's in Thornhill. And you people in the Thornhill area, make sure that next year you get together because the Jello thing sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you guys very much. Loretta.